Is everybody friend? Slide down and keep smiling through the air. Yeah.
Take yourself, Tony. Hold on, mate. I'll be back.
Well, hello everybody, and whilst my friends here unmute themselves, I'll welcome everybody to this week's UBZoomy session. And what a nice way to have an introduction tonight with a version of Sardonicus from 1981. So this is the fourth instalment with Joris and Norman of Deep into the Archives. And
Hello,
welcome
Paul.
to everybody. How you doing, Bri, Jimmy, Gil?
Hi, Bri.
Hello there.
I'm having problems with my iPad.
How you doing?
I've only got my phone. So, hello, Joris. Hey, JJ, man.
Hi there, Brian.
How you doing, bro? Been a
Pretty
while. Oh, good.
Well, certainly.
I've got to try and work this out. I'm doing it on my phone, my iPhone. And really, what I need is my iPad so I can see everybody else.
Well, we can see and we can hear you loud and clear.
There's Normie. Hello, Norm. And Paul. And is that just the four of us right now?
No, you've got to sweep again. There's Jimmy and Matty and Gilly.
All right, man. Gilly. How you doing?
How you doing, Mucker?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm getting it. I'm all right, bro.
And what is tradition, Bri? Because we've not had you for a few weeks, but we always go to Jimmy
I do
first.
apologise about that. It's just a terrible. But nobody else. There's no fans on either.
Oh, it's live on the app. This is live on the app.
Okay. It's just bad time for me because my meds, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh well,
that'll solve it. Well, what I was saying, Brian, is we always go to Jimmy and we ask him what his background is all about.
Well,
okay.
Actually, funny you should say that, Paul, because I saw you today. You put up you cut your grass online today on Facebook, and I thought I would go one better and actually have crisscross lines.
You're
just
a show
make
off.
my lawn better than yours.
Yeah, you're a show off. Nothing more. Brilliant. Well, listen, we've got a really good session tonight. So we've got 13 or 14 tracks that Joris and Norm have put together, which is Brian's gonna have a go at playing something here, which is gonna be really cool. It kind of takes us from 1981.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
What
I
was
was
that?
prepping something.
What was that to do, Jake? Queuing up.
You probably can't hear this, can you?
We can.
I can hear
Yeah, a
it.
little bit. Yeah, that was lovely.
It's because I've got earpods in so I can hear you guys. It doesn't matter anyway. Forget about that.
So we've just heard Sardonicos from 81, and then Joris and Norm. If you want to, I know you've got a little bit of a background story as to that particular track.
Sardonicus was normally the Pretenders were at the Pink Pop 81, but they didn't come, and they replaced the Pretenders by UB40 at that period. So it was the first.
That was a great day, Norm. That was a really wicked day, man.
First big festival for UB40 in Holland, because it was 60,000 people watching. Yep. And there are also made several bootlegs, because there are 11 tracks recorded, and there is even still, and that we have to hunt down, there is even still a bootleg LP made of that period. And,
can I ask a question? That recording, where did it actually come from?
It was aired on radio, actually, on Dutch radio.
So it was a live recording that was done at the time by a radio station.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And they aired it again in the 90s when there was like a Pink Pop 25 years or 40 years or something like that. They again went into the archives and aired it again.
And is it the whole gig?
Yeah, it's 11 tracks.
Yep. And there's also video of 1 and 10 that they filmed. That is still you can actually find it on YouTube.
We could make a whole session. Another, each week we keep thinking, what are we going to do next week and the week after, and then things like that come up, and that could be a session in itself.
Also, that festival that Iron Jury and Joy on stage.
Yep. A Madness.
Oh, that gig.
Yeah, at that gig. Yep.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So it was a funky reggae party.
Yeah.
I do remember, because it must have been, what year was it? 1980? 81. I remember being terrified of those big festivals, and those with 40, 50, 60,000 people in the crowd, and we hadn't been playing very long, and I just remember being very nervous doing those things.
Hey, I have a question for Gilly on that. So sort of back then, Gil, I know that you went to school around a similar time with some of the bands, so you knew them, like Norman and stuff. You knew them back in the day. So then, having seen them, going out on tour and making it like their first journey out, what were you and your crew, and what have you thinking in Birmingham? Like, these guys are going global.
Yeah, it was a great thing, man. It was just universal. It was nice for people from Birmingham to be recognized for what they do, because this is what music's about, and they were just spreading what we were growing up with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just going out to a wider audience. So
multiculturalism, add non-racism, add involvement with each other. It even down to the roots of the music. Music, our pop music was reggae, rocksteady and blue beat. And it, Jim, and
there was a reggae band on every street corner, wasn't there, in them days?
Yeah. And when your kid's starting a band, you try and imitate. Well, not imitate, but you try and be like your heroes, like a record you carry under your arm, and ours were Marley and Dennis Brown and Studio One and all that. So it wasn't unusual for us to be making reggae. In fact, that was what we were going to do. Although I must admit, I'm into everything. I'm a music nut, you know what I mean? From Bowie to Rocksteady to Studio One, but everything in between,
You got any Britney Spears, Bri?
Well, yes, you can try and be funny. What about if I set myself on fire? How will you feel then? No, but if a record's good, I like all the good ones. I like good record.
There you go. You see, Normie's got, I don't know if you can see that, Brian, but Normie's holding up a Britney, a UB and Britney number.
What is that? What is that, Norm?
This is the video recording of Wango Tango in America.
Yeah, Wango Tango and Zootopia and all those.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I tell you what we're going to do, guys. We're going to take a big jump from 1981 to 85 because Jimmy and Brian can't remember much of that time anyway. So
not really,
we'll skip.
I can't remember 5 minutes ago. Forget about 45 years ago.
We're going to play. If you want to introduce it, Normie or Joris, the next track.
Well, if Norman introduces it, I'll try to swing my webcam to actually show video of it to see if that works.
It better be a good one.
What normally happened between the gigs is that there were sometimes dub instrumental part between some of the songs. And what Joris now is going to play is a dub session from '85, but the track is still untitled. So we don't know if that's came up that evening with jamming with the band, or that it was practiced before. So this dub version, we only see this on this video in Germany.
Wow.
Well, we do have a bootleg of Rotterdam from '85 also that has the same. Anyway, here it comes.
Go on, Joe. Go on, Joe.
Well, I'm close.
Yes.
There we go. An abrupt end, Joris. You're about as good as Matt Campbell at fading these tracks out.
It's stopped you being able to do it now. Zoom's updated, so you can't fade the volume anymore.
That was
you.
quite a hard-edged performance, that one. It was really up front, wasn't it? I thought that sounded pretty good.
Yeah, we've got a slight technical. We've got a slight technical challenge, Jim, with Zoom, in that we can either choose to play the video, but the audio's compromised, or the audio and then the video's compromised, hence Joris to screen round. So it's about the best we can do. Yeah. Amateurs, Brian, you need to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Well, this video you can actually find on YouTube if you want to see it in full. It's from '85 live in Germany.
What are you putting?
Thanks, Joris. Thanks for playing that. I'll tell you the story. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
I'll tell you the story behind that. We didn't make it up on the spot. That was just a tune we used to like sound check with sometimes. And there's lots of different hooks and licks on the tune, horn licks. They're off of all different songs. You get what I'm saying? Of the time, old reggae tunes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what that is. You know what I mean? It hasn't got a title. It was just a sound check number. And whatever happened at a gig, obviously we kicked into it.
Okay.
Amazing, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was going to ask why it never had a track. Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, on my notes,
Brian,
guys.
Yeah, I think it's just a bit of music that we jammed just to get a sound when we're on stage. Yeah, I can vaguely remember that being the case.
Yeah. And on it was a Gilly will recognise and a few hooks from reggae tunes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We were just
Dumplet style.
We were making live mashup.
Liquid style.
Live mashup. You with me? Not like them kids today sticking them together digitally. No. We were playing them, matching it up, you know.
Well, it's good. We've talked about it on previous weeks. I think how much the band and the fans like hearing the dub tracks. You know, with the extended versions of the new tracks and stuff like that. It's got a real weird mood to it that's good.
Well, I thank you a great deal for playing that, Joris. Thank you, man. Because we're meeting tomorrow, aren't we, Jim? We're having a Zoom meeting, and Matt and everybody. And I'll refer back to this. If you get it back in.
That's what we keep doing, Brian. Over these sessions,
very timely, Joris.
We
Thank
keep
you, man.
petitioning for new tracks, you know.
Good.
Sorry.
All right, cool.
Good to re-inspire you about this track.
What about the next one? Up and coming MC. What's that one all about, guys?
Well, lately a lot of talk was obviously about Bigger Bagger Rhythm, and even inviting people that were or artists that even were on Bagger Rhythm. And I've just been kind of digging through my collection, and I didn't really unearth this one, but it's only on the 12-inch version of I Got You, Babe, and it's actually a really nice track, which should have been included on Bagger Rhythm in our opinion. So you got the I Got You, Babe 12-inch with Up and Coming MC, and it's maybe a track that many people haven't heard because they might have just bought the 7-inch version of I Got You, Babe. There's also not many links, or only one link I found.
Let's hear it, JJ.
YouTube.
Joris,
so
let's hear it, man.
Yep.
I can't remember.
Cue it up.
How are you all, guys? You okay? Everybody
Yeah,
all right?
man. Everything, Chris.
All good.
I'm on my phone, so I have to...
Well, here it comes from the top. The musical shop the top. Sweeter than the water in a coconut. Got that style, I'm to the legal shot. Yeah. I'm an up-and-coming MC, I wouldn't say I'm the best. I'm an up-and-coming MC, I wouldn't say I'm the best. I'm an up-and-coming MC, I wouldn't say I'm the best. I'm an up-and-coming MC, I wouldn't say I'm the best. If I one thing that I know I am the youngest. Now this community, Jerry is making progress. Come to entertain the people, I don't come to depress. Loose come on my talk, they do my mouth way down from my chest. To kick white face with lyrics, you know I man don't jest. Lyrics man didn't turn him fool, it left him helpless. Well, I get enough recognition since I stopped chat slackness. Us girls will think I'm wackered, and the girls would say, yes, well, enough man under liquor, enough man under them says. But drinking and smoking to some people, it is pointless. Tapping in 84, I suffered from illness. So in that time, you know I can't be careless. Under my jacket, I wear shirt, under my shirt, I wear vest. Keep my body like someone so I don't feel trapped in nest. Well, I'm not a Christian, now I'm your obvious witness. Jesus Christ, when 40 days in a day, wilderness. To everyone in the dance, I man have to confess. I don't use formal song, I don't use locks or zest. I use imperial leather because that smell best. Prefer see me girl in a trousers rather than in a dress. Me no want no mama that swallow, me want a princess. In me diary want you know, I have no time and a dress. When I found a girl and me to take her to my love nest. Well, my friend he had a ring, he thought that it was priceless. I went with him to the jewelers to get it to sex. When we reached the jeweler shop, the man was very speechless. We never get none for the ring because the ring was worthless. I looked on my friend's face and he was very upset. But now he learned a lot from that experience. Me like them when it push, me like it when it come press. Me like girls when them smooth, me like them when them spotless. Well, this is something Jerry has got to confess. Well, I man give you more, or the MCs give you less. Yes, I man give you more, or the MCs give you less. I come to entertain and naturally I impress. I'm not gonna come in MC wouldn't say I'm the best.
Good fading, Joris. And before we get into talking about that one, I've just got to remind everybody who's watching on Facebook that this week, Matt Campbell flew across to San Francisco and he had a face-to-face meeting with Mark Zuckerberg. and negotiated a 30-minute free slot for everybody tonight. So
Really?
if you watch it on Facebook, you've got 30 minutes free, but on the proviso that you then go and download the UB40 app and continue watching, because Matt's just said it's been such a stressful week for him. He ain't going to San Francisco again. So I hope that's all right. Tell us a bit about that track, guys.
Well, that piece of music featured quite heavily on the Live in South Africa video. When we came back on stage after playing the set, we did a little sort of warm-up called Dub in 10. And that's how we started 1 in 10 in the South African live video. So I reckon
that's right, yeah.
That.
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, that's right. We put like a prequel to it. A prequel, yeah.
To be honest, I'd love to bring that back, and I wouldn't be too surprised if in the future you didn't hear that coming from us live on stage at some point.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, we're
looking forward to that.
For me, it's the best encore ever made. The encore with 1 in 10, dub in 10 going in 1 to 10 is the best encore ever made. For me, personally.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it does sound
Thanks,
really good. That's a great clip. And I recommend anybody go to YouTube and put Dub in 10. I think it's on
Dub in 10 South Africa.
Live in South Africa. And I think it really worked very well. And I'd like to see that happen again, I think.
Yep.
But they shouldn't do it just yet, though, Jimmy. They should do it after this session.
I think we should at least wait until the virus is finished anyway.
You should subscribe to the app and listen to a session from 2 or 3 weeks ago when we did a session with Dub in 10 played. I think it was our first session actually that we played that.
Deep in the archives one, yeah.
I think I missed that one.
Yeah, you missed a few.
Yeah, so I apologise for that, gentlemen.
Yeah. But I think most of
you know, my problem is that my memory is so crap that you play these old tunes and I don't have a memory of even recording them, let alone playing them. So to me, this is all a revelation.
Okay.
It's like this is your life, but without my gospel.
Kind of, yeah. With lawns. Your life with lawns. That's what it is.
Whereas I try to only play unforgettable hooks so I can't forget them. Do you know what I mean? So I remember doing it, but
is that not what Macca taught you, Bri? If nobody else can remember it, if you can't remember it.
If you can't remember it, how's anybody else supposed to? Yeah, that's what he said. Best
Matty.
Music lesson and the only music lesson really we've ever had.
Matty Campbell.
What happened, girl?
I can see your barber's open.
Yeah, did you put your head out the window, Matt, when you were driving the car? Is that what happened?
Took it down low,
so you're
dog.
not saying anything.
How's everybody been? How you all been, guys? What you been up to?
Missing music,
I'll start
right?
the conversation. I've been working. Well, I say working. We've got a little Mac and mic studio in the house. I've just been making music from my sick bed, to be honest. And writing constantly and doing stuff. And I've got to be honest. It's this quiet time to just reflect on yourself. You can't go out. You can't do stuff. It's been valuable time.
You want to try living in Bradford, Bri? We're not allowed to see our neighbours and family. We're in lockdown.
Are you sure that's not just?
That's just because you're from Bradford, though, see.
Yeah. Sorry, Jim.
I'm sure that's not just you, Paul.
Yeah, that might be just.
That's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, I think it's just me. Yeah.
Brian, that little mash you got in your house works wonders, kid. Worked for me.
Yeah. Well, the secret to that is Jamie.
Yes, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
How's Jamie doing, right?
Huh?
How's Jamie doing?
Sorry, I was just having to flash through because my iPad simply wouldn't connect. I'm on my phone. He's doing good, yeah. He's doing good. Unfortunately, he's got me. I'm like a Joris bunny, I don't stop. And the poor kid, I've got him mixing 18 hours a day and doing stuff. But he's great. He's fantastic, yeah.
We've talked about him, whilst you've not been on all of these sessions, you've only been on some of them. We've actually talked a lot about Jamie.
I was on the beginnings. I was there at the beginning.
Yeah, no, that's right. But people have been asking for him to. We know that he's like you're a Joris bunny. He's sometimes a shy little bunny. but we'd like
Yeah.
to get him on at some point and talk to him about what he does. You know.
Good luck
Invite
with
him,
that.
send him an invite. Yeah, I asked him, but he's a bit shy.
Yeah,
He's a little
yeah.
shy, you know.
I'm gonna ring him.
photographically. Whereas that's what we do, isn't it? You know. So we. This is
Jamie
nice,
wants that
man.
backroom
It's
bit.
nice. I haven't talked to a group of people since the last time I was on this Zoomy. Fantastic. I haven't really
and
been out
it's-
this room, to be honest.
takes a bit of getting used to this Zoomy. You know, somebody said to me that it's not like being in a pub where you can have 5 or 6 conversations at once. You've just got to have one, and everybody else has got to listen.
It'll teach us all how to converse again. You know
How
what I mean?
civilized, yeah, I was going
And
to
how
say that.
civilized,
It's
exactly.
a civilized way of doing things, isn't it?
That's how it
Yeah.
used to be when people had manners. Not like me now, fucking interrupting it. Excuse my language. Interrupting everybody and swearing and talking over the top of people.
Yeah, don't say
You know.
interrupting at this time, Bri.
I'm sorry.
Don't say interrupt. Don't use the word interrupting at this time of day.
Oh, okay. I don't understand.
Right, never mind. Right, next song is where did we get to on my list? The wine's already taken effect. Did we get to the Blood and Fire Posse?
Them.
No, we're gonna go to Slinger first.
Oh,
Slinger.
I believe we go to Slinger
Oh.
first, but we got another
Okay.
Slinger track lined up.
Go on then.
He was on Zoom 3 sessions ago or 4 sessions ago,
Yeah.
and
I'm sorry.
we already found one.
Joris. I'm so sorry I've
Yeah.
missed all these sessions. It's the truth is, it's the timing of it. So you get, and I have to take certain stuff, and he knock. You know, I get a bit kind of odd and start talking over people and stuff like that. And, but you're doing great, man. The feedback's wonderful, you know, and it's fantastic that you're doing it. Oh, I've got a phone call coming in.
So, Joris,
I had a phone call coming in.
We'll play
Oh.
we'll play the
Sorry,
track
I've
so
gotta
you can take the
this
call. Yeah.
Hey, oh, he's gone.
Oh,
That's
he's
not
even
me
gone.
cutting off.
Okay, well, we'll play the track.
Joris, just before you play that, I will say that I obviously said that the Blood Fire Posse was coming just to tease people into going and
Well,
downloading.
they are
that.
coming.
obviously,
They're queued up
Yeah,
next.
of course. So it's going to tick over in 2 or 3 minutes, so probably whilst this track's on. But what we've got coming up is an amazing version of Legalize It, and also a track that we, by the way, Legalize It is from a huge big stadium in America from in the
Wingo Tango.
90s or not at some point. These guys will tell us. And we've got the Village Ghetto Land track that we touched on last week, and also I'm just looking, we've got Crying Over You with UB40 and Ken Booth. So well worth going and getting the app if you haven't. That's it for me. Back to you, Joris.
Okay.
Well,
So
yeah.
we got the Slinger track queued up. One of the songs we actually unearthed already and wanted to play, but then we found out that Slinger was going to be on a Zoom session, so we sent that track on to play then. But we actually have a bootleg recording of the Bus Feeling live in, I believe, London.
wow.
Wembley.
Let's get it.
Oh, bloody hell.
You know if the volume needs to go up.
No, everybody following on them side. Yes, get a last singer. Dedicate to London, when have you ever had the bus feeling? My virgin, have you ever had the bus feeling? My sister, have you ever had the bus feeling? My virgin, have you ever had the bus feeling? Like how me things are empty, you tell you how to begin. But you take out your whistler and start rolling. Country of time cheap, this is what you're dealing with. You take piece of cigarette and start creating.